Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that.
See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, greetings from Canada, the Sutton Place Hotel. Boise State basketball team, well, they're here. They're getting ready to play tonight, the first of 3 exhibition games. Yesterday, getting a little practice time in at a local school. Going to show you some clips of that, but really excited to be here with you for our full coverage of our trip from Canada. And again, couldn't do it without some of our great sponsors, RBC Wealth Management, Atkinson's Mirror and Glass, and Bauscher Real Estate. We'll be telling you more about them as we go on here. But Bronco Nation News on the road for the foreign trip here in Canada. You see the Broncos again getting some shots up and things yesterday at practice. As always, if any issues with the mic, please let me know. We're doing this in a conference center in the hotel, so you never know. But excited to be here and excited to kick off the show right away with an interview. We'll get back to the highlights here in a little bit. We got our man Jace Whiting, nice enough to join us for a couple of minutes. Jace, how's Canada, man?
It's been fun.
You got to get the mic up to your mouth there. There we go.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. I've never been here first time, so great city, pretty.
What you guys have had a practice? You've done some fun things as well. What's just been the vibe the last couple of days getting ready to play tonight?
It's just been fun. We have a lot of good chemistry on the team, so just hanging out with the guys, and it's brotherhood basically. So we're just having a lot of fun. He's in a play yard right now.
What the practice yesterday looked pretty good. Coach kept saying this is your final practice of the summer, so to speak. I mean, you guys have worked really hard, but to actually have a wake up today and know it's game day. I know it's not the same maybe, but to wake up and have a game, for me, it was a fun feeling. I was like, oh, there's a game to cover tonight. There's a game to go watch. Like, it's got to be a pretty exciting feeling for you guys.
No, for sure. I think it feels like Christmas for all of us because we've been in a long summer of a lot of work and just scrimmaging each other all the time. So I think we're definitely ready to get out there and play.
What's you look bigger to me. I don't know if you spent a lot of time in the weight room in the off season. What did you do? What was kind of your goal? I guess they're saying the mic's a little quiet, so put your mouth a little closer to the mic if you can. But what was your goal? I guess in the off season to try to get yourself ready to contribute this year even more than you did last year.
No, my body was my number one focus for this off season. When I went home, I made sure Tyler Whitmer had me on a plan, workout plan and stuff like that. So I was making sure I was staying on top of my body and getting bigger and stuff. But also the number one thing was getting healthy and getting my knee right again because last year I developed some chronic patellar tendonitis towards the last month of the season.
Okay.
So I ended up having to get a PRP shot and just trying to get over the hump of that. So last week was my first week feeling like basically almost 100%. So it feels good to be actually being able to cut and not have pain and stuff like that and jump and not have pain.
Yeah, I don't think you made a big deal about that last year. You kind of played through it. And everybody, you were already coming off the by the way, Jacob says Jace looks juiced. That's you got in the weight room a little bit, man. You bulked up a little bit, and I think it's going to show. It was noticeable to me out there. But just last year and coming in, and I think a lot of people thought right away you were going to redshirt, not even play, coming off the mission. But you obviously surprised a lot of people. You came in ready to go. But as you said, you're dealing through soreness. You're dealing through just your first season and a couple of years of basketball. Like now that you do have like that first year behind you and you had a full off season in the gym and stuff, like how much better do you think you can be, this year and moving forward?
No, I feel like I could be a lot better from that standpoint of not having to be off of a mission and going through a lot of growing pains with my body and getting my body right again, because now it's finally in basketball shape again, and I can build on that and just keep getting better instead of having to get back to a point where I used to be. So now I'm building up instead of building back to where I used to be.
What's that like as a freshman? You had some highs, you had some lows, you had some huge, great shots. You had, moments at San Diego State maybe where it was a little tough. I mean, you kind of experienced it all last year, the highs and lows of a D1 player at the high level. I mean, what was that like for you?
No, being a freshman is kind of tough. Like you definitely take a lot of lumps because a lot of the growing pains you go through. Just transitioning from obviously the high school level to college is a lot different. The speed of the game is a lot faster. Windows are a lot shorter, and all of a sudden you have to think the game a lot more. And so, especially at a point guard spot, I feel like I had to take a lot of lumps because there's a lot of growing pains to be had in order to become better and become a good player. Talking
to some folks, whether it be your family, friends, people around you, they say last year, you came in, you kind of did your thing to facilitate for others. You didn't want to screw things up. You're just there to help the team and stuff. But it sounds like, you have a lot more to your game personally, whether it be scoring or just taking over a little more, asserting yourself, that maybe now that you kind of are a little more comfortable in the system and don't feel like the new guy, so to speak, and you're not a freshman anymore, that maybe we're going to see some more of your overall game and your development start to show this year. Is that a fair statement? Or
no? 100%. Last year I felt like I had to do what I had to do in order to play a role to help our team win and get out there on the court, and I'm very happy with that. I didn't even know if I was going to play it on coming back from a mission. But this year now I feel like I'll not be a little freshman whose voice doesn't matter. I can actually have a leadership role, and I can help lead some of my teammates and the guys who haven't been out there before, because we have a fresh new squad, a lot of new faces, and so that'll be fun. And now this year I feel like I could take on a big role, and I want to be a part of that. So I want to have a big role so we can actually have a chance to win, and it'll be fun to be a part of that. So,
and you mentioned kind of the speed of the game and things like that, but I don't know whether it's your shooting, your passing, your dribbling, your defense. I mean, what specific things did you? I know you touched on it, but what specific things did you want to come into this season? And I know you still have some more time, obviously 2 months, to go. But going into the real season, what are the specific things of your game you're spending your hours in the gym working on?
Getting a faster shot. That was one of my biggest things. Getting used to the size of the windows is a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Like, you definitely have a lot less time. As soon as you catch that ball, it's got to go up as soon as possible. So I learned from Shaver. He had a really quick shot, and some of the other guys in the league I watched and tried paying attention to was like Stephen Ashworth or some of those guys where they just had insanely quick shots, but they always looked comfortable shooting those shots. So just becoming more comfortable with a faster shot in the offseason was my biggest focus. So
we got some folks asking some questions about some of your teammates, but I guess what just for folks that are going to watch some of the highlights I put out there tonight, I know the game's not being streamed live, but we'll have some. I know Alex is here. You guys will have a lot of highlights and things on your platforms as well with the team. But what when people are kind of looking at the box score later or trying to find highlights of these games, we'll start with the returners, but who's a returning guy, whether he played last year, whether he didn't, red shirt, hurt, whatever, like who's a guy or two that you think like people are going to see like either got a lot better or is still really good, or who's just a guy that to this point has really stood out to you?
I don't know if they'll be able to watch highlights or anything, but Tyson is a big one on my radar. I think he lost some weight or something, but he is a lot bouncier. Holy crap. He the first couple open gyms just dunked on a couple people's heads, and I'm like, oh wow. So he's gotten a lot bouncier, added something to his vert, obviously.
He's only got 2 career dunks, so you think that number is going to go up this year?
It's definitely going up this season for sure. I think he had to eat a couple more hamburgers to hold down the 5 spot last year, but now he's looking slimmer and bouncier.
And that's going to do a lot for you guys, right? With you bring in Cam and and I know Omar, and I know they can play some 4-5, but if one of them's at the 5 and you can move Tyson to the 4, or even in some lineups to 3, I know the coaches said his shot maybe was affected by the weight, and just that's got to be physical. You talk about the physicality of you being a freshman, having to go up against Nathan Mensah and some of those guys in the paint probably takes a lot out of you.
No, for sure. Those are big boys, and there's a lot more physicality to it. I remember anytime I got switched onto a big, I was fighting for my life to keep him out of the paint. There's some big guys, so they throw me around a little bit, but yeah, it takes a lot on your body, so I can only imagine what the bigs go through.
Another guy, RJ Keene, I know he's coming back from an injury. We're going to talk to him on the pregame show tonight. I know a lot of folks are excited about him, but how's he look shooting the ball?
He looks really good. His form's always been great, but you could tell he's put in a lot of time in the gym. Every time I'm in the gym, I feel like we're either passing each other because he's on his way in or he's on his way out. So he's been spending a lot of time in the gym, and you could totally tell. So
Kurt Blake wanted to ask about Andrew Meadow, Chris Lockett, the freshmen. How they fitting in? They going to contribute for you guys?
No, for sure. Andrew, he's impressed me a lot. Like dude's already got the body for college basketball. He's already really built, and his mental side, he has a high IQ for the game, and he's just a very natural scorer, and that's his first instinct, and he's really good at it. And he's just that kind of guy that will lay everything on the line and go out there and work his butt off. And then Chris,
we heard, by the way, he took 20,000 shots.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling us 20,000 makes, and this does not count the practice. He was telling us the other day, after practice, he stayed and did 500 shots a day for 6 weeks. And I know a lot of you guys do stuff like that, but for a freshman to come in and say, before we go to Canada, I want to make 20,000 shots, I mean, that says a lot about him.
No, for sure. He's one of those guys without an ego. He just puts his head down and works. And I don't think you can love anybody more than that. Like, he's everything you want in a teammate, and he's just unselfish, works his butt off, and he'll do anything to win. So.
What Kobe Young actually is not going to play up here. Somebody asked about him. He's dealing with a knee injury, I believe, but I know he's expected to be a big role. But the other newcomers, the 3 transfers, we mentioned kind of Cam, Omar, Roddy Anderson coming in. Roddy obviously playing a similar position to you, so we can ask about him. But just in general, you mentioned the freshmen, you mentioned the newcomers. I mean, you like the 5 new guys, new faces you got here?
No, for sure. Just like I said before, this chemistry that we have on this team, I feel like is almost better than last year. Like we're all just like friends and brothers in this team, and like we're just always joking around, having fun, and everybody likes each other, and it's just a really good environment, so it's fun.
What you talk about Roddy, and I know you obviously, I assume, want to be the starting point guard. You obviously bring in a guy like that. What I guess from your perspective is the playing time, the competition, when you see they go out and get a transfer point guard, like what was kind of your mindset on that?
Obviously, I want to be the starting point guard. That's no question. But I've never been afraid of a little competition. And if anything, like I feel like me and Roddy could be a great combo guard set out there. And it would be more fun to have us both on the court at the same time. We'd be extremely fast, have a great combo set, like almost like Trammell and Butler at San Diego State. I think it would be fun. And I honestly really like playing with Roddy. He's a good guy and a really good personality. So, well,
I guess final couple things, we'll get you out of here. But Max, Buzo, any other returners kind of step out to you, or any other thoughts just on how anybody's looked at practice?
Max looks really good. He's always stroking it, but his IQ is always what's got my attention. Just the way he cuts and is always able to find open shots and get to the rim and whatnot. Buzo looks really good. He's gotten a lot more confident this offseason, especially with his handle.
Yeah.
And, he's been getting to the rim a lot more, getting by guys a lot more. So he's just not a spot-up shooter anymore. He's got a lot more to his game now. So
now, yesterday you guys got a chance to go on the I don't remember the exact name of it, but the Suspension Bridge Park.
Yeah.
You're nice enough to come on with us. I hate to do this to you, but I did get a little bit of footage of you trying to make it across the bridge. But before I show the footage, what talk to the fans about that experience yesterday and what that was like.
I think a lot of us don't do heights that well, so there was a lot of us like holding on to both sides of the railing and kind of freaking out when some of the guys thought it was funny to like sway it back and forth. Not so funny to some of us, but I do not do heights personally, so I was freaking out.
And it was interesting because when there was more people, I felt like it didn't sway as much unless people were trying to sway it. Yeah. And then when I was going back, it was pretty empty, and it felt like every step it was more because there was no way to balance it out. But we're probably 200-300 feet in the air.
No, it was way up there.
Yeah. And it was beautiful scenery once you got across. But sure. On the way back, I hate to we got Andrew out there too. Alex was a little tough. I mean, it was I know Buzo was not too happy when some guys were shaking it and Buzo was getting on people. I mean, there's the view there. And that thing was no joke, man.
No, for sure. That was super scary. I think Omar was freaking out too. He was sprinting to the other side to get off that as fast as possible.
I know Berto was not a huge fan of it.
No.
And I'm going to call out your head coach. Coach Rice was not a big fan. And on the way back, I actually was trying to interview him while we were walking across, and he almost like knocked my phone over the edge. He's like, "Get out of my way!"
Oh, no way.
Because he was not, and there were people taking pictures, and he's like, finally, he was kind of using me as a lead blocker, and he was just like, "Don't stop, keep going," because he just when you get out there in the middle, man, it does start swaying a little bit. I mean, that's like. That was it was fun though. I'm glad I did it because I was a little nervous about it, but once you got across, it was pretty cool.
No, it was super fun, and it was a little sketchy looking too. Some of it looked old. I don't know if
it did. Me and Moats were looking at the things that actually hold it together, and it was kind of like, okay, this one thing right here is holding this entire thing up.
I was not about that. That was not
Did you do the little cliff thing, the secondary one over on the other side on the side?
No, I went up in the trees though and did that.
Okay, I felt a little better on that one. That wasn't
as bad.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, Jace, really appreciate your time today. Someone was asking about the game time. It's actually got pushed back 30 minutes, I guess. 7:30 local time is the game time, 8:30 back in Boise. So about 8 o'clock tonight. Get your kids to bed. Do whatever you got to do. 8 o'clock tonight. We'll be live at the arena. Tonight is Trinity Western, I believe. There's 3 games the next couple of nights. So 7:30 is the game time here in Canada. So 8 p.m. in Boise, 8 p.m. Make sure you're watching. We're going to have Coach Duryea on live. We're going to hear from RJ Keene. We got a lot of cool stuff. And by the way, Omar Stanley, we got an interview with him coming up that Leon Rice did. So Leon interviewed Omar, and that's going to be kind of funny interview we'll get to. But Jace, totally appreciate your time, man. Getting up early. I know you guys didn't have to be up for another hour or so. Appreciate it, man. And just go take a walk or have some fun or go back to bed maybe if you want to. But appreciate your time and good luck tonight. And we're looking forward to seeing how you do this year, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
There he is. We appreciate Jace Whiting for joining us. Want to thank a couple of our great sponsors. And again, don't go anywhere. We got tons still to get to here on the show as we play an interview with Omar Stanley and Leon Rice and a lot of other fun stuff planned as well. So we appreciate everybody for checking us out. And again, this trip is not possible without our sponsors. So thank you to Brian King and RBC Wealth Management, the King, Barrios, and Bartlett Investment Group, investors, discipline planners, and financial advisors. Their team brings a world-class level of financial experience, knowledge, and resources to clients in our community and across the country. Brian King, RBC Wealth Management, consistently ranked #1 wealth management team in Idaho from Barron's and Forbes. You can check them out today. Just Google Brian King, RBC Wealth Management, or give them a call, 389-6812. I got to thank our friends over at Atkinson's Mirror and Glass as well. 4th-generation family business helping Idahoans build equity into their home since 1951. For all your glass needs, you can check them out, AtkinsonsMirrorandGlass.com, or give them a call, 208-375-3762. Again, Atkinson's Mirror and Glass, a proud sponsor of Boise State Athletics and the Horseshoe Collective. And of course, our man, Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate. He's making this trip possible as well. The #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher. Check him out, BauscherRealestate.com. No home too big, too small for Matt and his team. We're going to get him tomorrow, I believe, to jump on the show for a couple minutes. So thanks to Matt Bauscher. And our interviews are now sponsored by Taco Bell, the Treasure Valley Taco Bell stores. They're proud to support Boise State athletics through the Taco Bell Endowed Scholarships, which has generated at least 46 student athletes scholarship support since 2008. Been a long passion of the Nicolason family. They're proud of their past partnerships. Excited in 2022 when they opened up the scholarships. And again, $60,000 a year between the men's and women's basketball teams. Total endowment of at least $300,000 by 2026. You can get more information, TacoBellGivesBack.com. Check them out. And again, very thankful for Taco Bell for jumping on. And they are going to be our interview sponsors. So we appreciate them for helping us bring Jace Whiting on to the show. And again, we're here in the conference room. It's not exactly the ideal thing. I'm bugging people trying to work here, so I apologize, sir. But it's kind of the only spot we could find a working Ethernet cord here in the hotel. It's a beautiful hotel, a beautiful downtown, right in the middle of Vancouver, and we're stuck back in a conference room here. But check out Sutton Place Hotel if you're ever here in the area. And I might bring the family back for vacation. I'd never been to Vancouver before, and it is an awesome thing. So super excited about it and super excited to be here. So hopefully you can hear the audio and everything today. And again, if you're just joining us, Tanner says, what time is the game today? The game today is at 8 p.m. or 8:30, 8:30 in Boise. So it's going to be a little late because we'll have a live post-game show starting at about 10:15. And by the way, we are going to get to stream part of the end of the game. So you're going to want to make sure about after 10 o'clock you're ready. They're playing the 40-minute game, and then they're going to play an extra bonus 5-minute game to get the walk-ons and some other guys a few minutes of action. And during that bonus 5-minute game, we're going to be allowed to stream that, and Coach Rice is going to help commentate that game live. So we are very excited about that. So Coach Rice is going to come over, do his post-game interview, talk about the main game, but also help commentate and talk about some of the young guys as well. So that is the plan for tonight. And again, the game starts at 8:30 in Boise, and that will be about 10:15 or so when we jump on with that. So make sure you check that out. The pregame show will be at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock in Boise. We'll be live from courtside. Tim Duryea is going to join us live. We're going to hear from RJ Keene. A lot of great stuff. We'll show you the layup line. We'll show you warm-ups. So really excited about all of that. I mentioned, I want to show a little more. I mentioned earlier the team getting off the bus for practice yesterday. If you joined us late, you may not have seen some of these highlights, but a couple of guys are not here. Mo Silla is not here. He is applying for a green card, and that meant that he could not leave the country. We might have had a tough time coming back in, I believe. So Mo Silla is not here. Emmanuel Ugbo is not on campus yet. The transfer from overseas, the high school player from overseas, he is not over here either. Those two are not here. And then Jace Whiting is here, but is not going to play. He's dealing with a knee injury. So Kobe Young. We just talked to Jace Whiting. I got like 10 things on my mind. Kobe Young is here, but is not going to play due to a knee injury. So no Kobe Young on this trip, which is going to give some other guys some minutes. You see, yesterday the Broncos practicing at a local school, and got a chance to have a nice practice. They worked on a couple inbounds plays, a couple of things they may need tonight. Talking to Tim Duryea, it sounds like they only have like a small fraction of the actual base offense put in there. So it's going to be a lot of just basic pick and roll type stuff. Let guys do things. It's not going to be, a normal game where they're calling stuff every single, time down the floor. So keep that in mind. There's Chris Lockett, one of the freshmen. He has a nice looking shot. I was pretty impressed with Chris Lockett. Some of his outside shooting abilities. Andrew Meadow here with the jump shot as well. But the freshmen, two guys we're going to be looking for sure. Here's Jace Whiting. A couple highlights from the scrimmage or the practice. Here he is, a nice dish to Cam Martin. Cam Martin has the flush there. Then Cam Martin, and no, he did not travel. You can go back and look at it. Nice pump fake, the take. And Cam Martin scores on the layup there. And then that nice pick and roll action here as RJ Keene finds Omar Stanley. And he scores in transition. So a couple buckets, nice buckets there. And here we go. This was the thing yesterday. Here's Coach Rice coming across on the way back. There's Coach Duryea. You got Nate Lowry, David Moats, and that is the suspension bridge that we were on yesterday. It was a pretty impressive sight. It was several hundred feet above a huge canyon type thing, and it was a lot of fun yesterday. You need to get out here to Canada and experience this for yourself. Before we hear from Leon Rice and Omar Stanley, I do want to mention that you obviously have a big day with the football team as well. Andy Avalos is meeting with the media, I believe 11 or 11:30 this morning. And then all the coordinators, all the assistant coaches, tons of coverage happening back in Boise with football. We have two people there. Actually, we have three. Jordan Kay is going to be there with full coverage and stories. We have Mike Prater there, obviously, and he'll be working on a column. And then our intern, Jaden Finch. Shout out, Jaden. Really appreciate you, man. He is going to be there getting video footage. So we'll have the full video of Andy, Bush, Hamden, all the coordinators, all the coaches. Check our Bronco Nation News YouTube later this afternoon, and we'll have all the interviews from Boise State football interviews as well up on the site. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. So we were getting off the bus after practice yesterday, and I got to thank Cody Gogler. I got to thank Nate Lowry, all of the coaching staff, a lot of people at Boise State for basically letting me tag along on a lot of these things where I can just, hitch a ride on the bus, and they're very nice to let me tag along, and I'm trying to stay out of the way as much as I can, but really appreciate them for pretty much giving us all access here at Bronco Nation News on this trip to bring you coverage. And again, every live show, we're going to have live interviews. Tomorrow morning, we'll have a live player again at 10 a.m. In Boise, so looking forward to that. We'll have pregame, postgame interviews, but Coach Rice came up to me at one point and was kind of joking, kind of serious, and he said, now that I'm a media member, since I scooped you, and everybody probably saw that, but Coach Rice scooped me on the announcement that we were hiring Jordan Kay. And so he was kind of joking about that he's a media member now. He said, what if I did some interviews for you and helped you out? And I said, sure. I mean, if the head coach wants to take your BNN mic and go interview some players like that, I'm going to let you go for it. So our first installment, Leon Rice sitting down with Omar Stanley. It's about a 3-minute interview. I thought it was pretty good. I wanted to play it. Here is your head coach, Leon Rice, taking the BNN mic and getting to know one of the newcomers, Omar Stanley.
Well, Omar, you're here with I'm a reporter now because I scooped all these guys. I'm underground. I know what's going on. So this is a scoop of rice right now.
Yeah, scoop of rice. That's a good one. I love it.
I got to do better with the mic, though. I don't know how that works. So I'm still learning. I'm a rookie. But, okay, you moved to Boise. You're figuring out Boise. Tell me what you think about it so far.
I love Boise. It's honestly a blessing for me to be here. I think it's, obviously coming from New York, it's two two, different places. But I think me personally, I'm more of a slow-paced kind of guy, and so Boise is the perfect fit for me.
Nice. Well, you fit in so good with the team. What are you most excited about this team? What's different about this place and about the guys you're playing with? And what are you looking forward to this year and even on this trip?
I'm looking forward to winning. I think we have a great group, and we have like a lot of unselfish guys. So I think winning is what's been, Boise, what's been in their culture the past few years. And I'm looking forward to just learning how to win and learning how to do it at a high level.
Nice. I like that answer. Yeah. So it's Leon P. Rice. What do you think the P stands for? Do you know?
Player.
I like that one. I think with you, usually it's player, but I think with you it's portal. Okay. So, but you have done a great job of gelling with this team. There's a need for you and a niche for you. What do you think that you do that is going to really, really help this team?
I think my energy. I think, me compared to a lot of guys on the team, I stand out a lot, and it's a good thing that I do stand out. You know what I mean? I do other things that guys don't do as far as, my energy, my motor. And so I think that's probably the number one thing, that's gonna take this team to the next level, and that's gonna take me to the next level.
That's good. Yeah, no doubt about it. We've seen that. We're excited to see that in the games. We get to play some games here. What do you think about Vancouver? It's first time here, obviously, and first time in Canada, I think you said. Yeah. Give me the thoughts of Vancouver so far.
Vancouver's a great place. I didn't really think it'd be as diverse as it is, but it is super diverse, and I'm loving seeing the different cultures, the different diversity. It's all great.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city. It's great to be in the cooler weather.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, that's our first one. This is Omar. I'm Scoop Rice. Or player.
I like that. There he is, Leon Rice. Appreciate him. Omar Stanley, thanks for them for doing that interview. That's pretty cool. I mean, where else would you get a head coach interviewing a player like that and wanting to do it, just to do it, to provide content to the fans like that. So hope you guys enjoyed that interview. Having a lot of fun here in Canada. And again, the coverage, I know there's a lot of football talk in the chat, and that's great, but pretty cool, and tells you a lot about where the basketball team has come, that, they're kind of splitting the billing this week. I know a lot of you are probably still more focused on football and Andy today, and as you should be, but there's a lot of people really excited about the basketball team, really excited about where they're heading. And I think that, is really sign of things moving in the right direction for the basketball team. The fact that we paid, the fact that the three sponsors you see at the bottom of the screen wanted to pay to help get us here. The fact that, you guys we're having really good viewership watching this show right now, I think shows the direction of the basketball team and where they're going. And it's going to be a fun week. Again, game tonight. The game is tonight. Again, it's I'm dealing with the time changes here. It is at 8:30 in Boise is game time. There's no broadcast, but 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Don't be late. We'll be live on the pregame show at 8 o'clock in Boise. Tim Duryea is going to join us live. We'll show you the layup lines. We're going to hear from RJ Keene. And then, as I said, the post game is going to be awesome. About 10:15, stay up with us. About 10:15, we will be able to stream a 5-minute bonus game, and Leon Rice is going to come on as a commentator. So really looking forward to that. They're going to play the 40-minute game, and then they're going to play a 5-minute game after that, or I guess another 10 minutes maybe. It's going to be another quarter, they said, to let some newcomers and walk-ons and guys that don't get a chance to play much get some extra playing time. And so that will be something that Coach Rice said we could stream, and also said that we could have him come over and help be a commentator for us. So we're looking forward to that. So live interviews on the pregame show, live interviews on the postgame show. Lithia Florida Boise is our postgame and pregame sponsor. We really, really appreciate them. I mentioned our three sponsors you see at the bottom of the screen. Now, please go support the sponsors. They stepped up. The King Barrios and Bartlett Investment Group, Brian King, he stepped up. 389-6812. Check them out. Just Google Brian King, RBC Wealth Management, for all your financial needs. Atkinson's Mirror and Glass. They've been big supporters at the golf tournament, doing things with BNN. Check them out, atkinsonsmirrorandglass.com. They're any kind of glass need. They're big supporters of BSU, and they're in the Lyle Smith Society, I believe, or in the Horseshoe Collective. So check them out, and they're another big supporter. And you know all about Matt Bauscher, but again, when I called him before I could even finish saying what I needed, he said how much and done deal. So Bauscher Real Estate, BauscherRealEstate.com. There's a reason that he's the the top realtor in the Treasure Valley year after year. And so check him out. He's a big supporter of BSU, and we really do thank him. And I mentioned Taco Bell as well. They're coming on board, the Treasure Valley freestanding Taco Bell stores. I think there's 19 from Ontario over to Burley, and they are stepping up. They do some things with Boise State Athletics as well. 46 students they've helped for scholarships, I think, and the fact that they wanted to now step up and become a sponsor of Bronco Nation News, we really appreciate it. So thank you to Taco Bell. I'm looking forward to telling you more about them. And with that said, how about this deal? The next 25 of you that sign up, we got 2 new offers for you. But the next 25 of you that sign up for a $70 subscription to Bronco Nation News, 1 year, $70 one-time fee. The next 25 of you that sign up, you're going to get a $20 gift card to Taco Bell. So all you got to do is sign up, $70, and you get 20 of it right back in the form of a Taco Bell gift card. And that only means you're paying $50 for a full year of coverage and helping support us and get us on the road to Canada for trips like this. If you're already a subscriber, we're going to have a giveaway for you guys as well. I'm going to send out an email at some point here in the next couple of days to give away some stuff as well. So I'm not forgetting about the folks that are already subscribed. But if you're on the fence and you're thinking this is the time, let's do it this week. The next 25 of you that sign up, you get a $20 gift card to Taco Bell. And if you don't like Taco Bell, of course, somebody in your family does. So you can go eat some delicious food at Taco Bell and then get a full year of coverage for essentially $50 at Bronco Nation News. And the other option is, if that's too much for you, we want to give you a chance to try it for $1 for your first month. If you sign up for the monthly subscription, so I got to make sure I have the coupon code here, but if you want to go on the monthly subscription, it's $6.99 a month. We'll give you your first month for $1. That one is actually Fall Camp 23. If you put in Fall Camp 23 as the promo code, you only pay $1 and you get coverage for the entire month of August, all of Fall Camp for $1. Cancel at any time. But if you don't like us and then you're not happy with the coverage, you can cancel it. But if you are, you can renew at $6.99 after the first month. If you're thinking you might want to do that, but you might want the yearly option, we actually have that as well. It's 1BNN is the promo code. 1BNN is the promo code. That allows you to pay $1 for a month. And then if you like it, it will renew at the full $70 price on September 1st, I believe it is, or 30 days after you sign up. So 1BNN is $1 for a month, and then the full year renews, or Fall Camp 23 is $1 for a month, and then $6.99 renews after that. And then, as I said, if you just go ahead and pay the $70 now, we'll hook you up with a Taco Bell gift card, $20 at Taco Bell, thanks to our friends at Taco Bell. So hopefully you will go ahead and sign up for that. And again, I know I feel really bad. We're here in this beautiful hotel, this beautiful city, and you can't see any of it because we're stuck in a conference room here. So that's the only downside, is I feel bad that I don't have a great setup here. But it's been an awesome day. It was pretty cool waking up thinking it's game day for the Boise State basketball team. Now, the games are going to be a little more laid back. You know, I think your starting lineup tonight is going to surprise some people. Like, I don't think Max Rice might not start. Chibuzo Abo might not start. Like, I don't think Leon Rice is going to go put his main 5 players in there and start them and take this like super seriously. He wants to try different things out, give different guys playing time, let a guy like an RJ Keene or someone that hasn't, a Jace Whiting get the start tonight. It wouldn't be surprising at all if I saw that. Certainly Max and Tyson, those guys are going to play, but you really want to move the minutes around. They want to try different combinations. Okay, can we play Cam Martin at the 5 and Omar Stanley at the 4 at the same time? Or can we play Omar at the 5 and Cam at the 4? Or can we play Tyson at the 3? I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of different things that you see them try to do in these games, which gives them the coaching staff more time in August and September to tinker with some things and then kind of have some ideas going into fall camp in late September about how they want to attack this. So it's a record year for foreign trips. More teams are taking foreign trips this year than ever before. A lot of reasons for that, coming off COVID and just, a lot of transfers and newcomers. And that's when you want to do it, when you have a roster that's newcomer. And again, you can only do it once every 4 years. Once every 4 years, you get to do a foreign trip. And so Boise State is here in Canada. And again, the game tonight, 8 p.m., the pregame show, the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. Tim Duryea will join me live. We'll have live look at warmups. You can see guys out there playing. 8 p.m. back in Boise, Mountain Time, 8 p.m. is when you want to join us for the pregame show. Don't miss that. Tonight's game is against Trinity Western University. Tomorrow they'll play the University of the Fraser Valley, and then we'll make about a 4-hour bus ride over to Kamloops, Canada for a game against Thompson Rivers College on Thursday. I'm hearing rumors there may be a stop for some whitewater rafting on Wednesday. Try to get some footage of that for you guys if the team does that. So, but again, tonight is Trinity Western University, 8 p.m. is the pregame show, the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show coming up at 8 p.m. Tonight. And I do want to give a shout out to Tim Plow. He just sent me a very nice text message. You know, he's easy to hate on. A lot of people were ripping on him for last year. But he just sent me he's a big baseball fan, just sent me a text asking if I'm okay with all the Cardinals trades going on. So looking forward to replying to Tim and wishing him the best there at Cal, I believe, as the tight ends coach. Perry is asking about play-by-play. There will not be tweeting of the play-by-play. I take that back. I'm going to be getting a lot of highlights. So I'm going to be tweeting out a couple highlights here and there, but I'm really going to put together like a 5-minute highlight package, and we'll have that on the post-game show. So that's where you're going to want to see it, and then we'll put it on the YouTube channel as well. So I'll put a couple highlights out, but my main hope is that we'll have a whole package together, and we'll put it on YouTube, and that'll be available after the game. So stay tuned for that. I'll tweet a little bit of play-by-play, some of my thoughts, but honestly, I'll be getting a lot of video to try to provide you guys. I think you'd rather see video of some big dunk than me just saying somebody had a big dunk. So here by myself, obviously, doing all the camera work and setup and everything else. So that is the plan. We'll have some highlights on social media, but the full highlight package will be on the post-game show with Coach Rice, and then we'll have it on our YouTube channel as well. So looking forward to what is to come later today. I have an article on the site, and Jordan has an article on the site as well. If you want to read about the battle for the starting center spot, Cam Martin, Omar Stanley, go read Jordan K's article. My article is 10 things I'm looking for. Jace Whiting was one of the 10 on my list. I go into detail on 10 things that I want to see while I'm sitting courtside watching these 3 games this week that will give me some answers heading into the season. So 10 things, and it's available for subscribers at BroncoNationNews.com. And again, if you just joined us, 2 new options, actually 3. You can pay $70, get the $20 gift card to Taco Bell if you do the full year subscription. If you sign up for the full year subscription, you want to test it out first, you can do one BNN. One BNN gives you a 30-day trial for $1. And if you like it, it'll automatically renew for the $70. If you don't like it, then you can cancel it and you got all fall camp for $1. I'm pretty confident that's not going to happen, though. If the monthly fee is more than the price you're able to afford, it's $6.99 a month, but we'll give you the first month here for $1. And then it'll just renew at $6.99 for every month after that. So trying to fit every budget. I know, some folks are able to do, more than others, but we appreciate everybody that every dollar helps us as we're trying to build BNN here and continue to add to the equipment and the staff and what we're trying to do here. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. We'll be here again 10 a.m. the rest of the week. So 10 a.m. tomorrow as well. We'll have another live player join us, maybe a coach. And it's going to be a lot of fun there. I might try to get Cody Gogler to come on tonight for a little bit as well. We're going to have some fun on the pregame show. But again, the morning shows will be at 10 a.m., 8 o'clock tonight for the pregame show, postgame show about 10:15. And again, we'll have highlights, Coach Rice live, full coverage. And I know a lot of you fans are wishing you guys could be here, but we'll do the best we can to kind of provide that coverage to you, even though you can't. And then, again, football stuff going on back in Boise. And we will have, excuse me there. We'll have full coverage of football as well. Jordan K., Jaden Finch, Mike Prater, all covering all of the press conferences for football. So Jordan will have a story later today. We'll get the videos of all the coaches and players talking up on the YouTube channel from Jaden this afternoon as well. So big day, football, opening of fall camp unofficially with all the press conferences. They'll have their first practice on Wednesday. And the Boise State basketball team, yes, it is July 31st, but yes, it is game day for the Boise State men's basketball team. Super excited for that, and it's going to be fun. We'll bring as much coverage as we can as the Broncos get set to face Trinity Western. So, again, thanks to Nate Lowry for all his help in allowing all the interviews and the access. Thanks to Jace Whiting for waking up early and coming down. If you got on late and missed Jace Whiting, he helped us kick off the show. You can go back and watch Jace. And, again, 8 p.m. on the pregame show. Might have some other stuff throughout the day, basketball, but we'll try to get football covered up on the site there as well. Go subscribe. Go post in the message boards as well. We're trying to get the message boards going. We're going to have Jordan and Prater and myself posting in the message boards. Go in the message boards. Get some discussion going in there. Let's have some fun in the message boards moving forward. But excited for a big day in Boise State athletics. Football, basketball, it's all happening. And again, thanks to RBC Wealth Management, Atkinson's Mirror and Glass, Boucher Real Estate. Of course, all of our other great sponsors that I didn't mention, our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. We could not do Bronco Nation News without them. So thank you to rowpaint.com, ICCU, all of our great sponsors, the Blue and Orange Store, I neglected some of them, but this trip is kind of a bonus trip that is sponsored by the sponsors at the bottom of the screen. So I want to make sure they get the proper love they deserve for stepping up. But of course, all of our great sponsors are, we're of course broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits mobile studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. I mentioned ICCU.com for all your banking needs. Lithia Ford of Boise will be telling you about them on the pre and post game show tonight as well. But Rain's family, very happy with our F-150. And so TCS, Transportation Compliance Service, whether it be Boise Dentistry Co., all of our great sponsors, United Commercial Insurance, if you need that business insurance. So if one of those sponsors are watching, sorry for not giving you the love you deserve today, but I got a lot going on and got to thank everybody. And you know I love you. So go support all the sponsors. Go to BroncoNationNews.com. Click the sponsor page. You can see all the list of our sponsors. We're still heavily funded by sponsors. So you're watching the show for free right now. And it wouldn't be possible without all of our sponsors. So thank you to all of our sponsors, both the yearly sponsors and the ones that stepped up for this trip as well. And we are very thankful for everybody. But most importantly, we are thankful for you, for watching these shows, for commenting, for liking the broadcast, for telling your friends, and for going and subscribing at BroncoNationNews.com. So take advantage of one of our great offers. And we'd love to have you subscribe, support our efforts today. Let's see if we can get rid of the $25 Taco Bell gift cards today. If we can do it in one day, I would love that. That's my challenge. But I'm hoping by Friday we can get 25 new subscribers and have those Taco Bell gift cards get used and get donated. So thanks again. Have a great rest of your day. Plenty of football coverage coming throughout the day as well. Check social media. Check our YouTube channel. Check BroncoNationNews.com. Go read our coverage of the basketball game as well. And then we will see you live 8 o'clock tonight for the pregame show. It's crazy to say it. The Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show tonight. It's game day. Boise State basketball, Trinity Western University, I believe it is. Looking forward to it. Going to be a lot of fun. Full coverage to come. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News live in Canada, the Sutton Place Hotel, RBC Wealth Management, Atkinson's Mirror and Glass, Boucher Real Estate, Taco Bell, all of our great sponsors, rowpaint.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Go check the site. Go subscribe. We'll see you tonight, 8 o'clock. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.